Starting seated, let's pull those shoulders back, head neutral. Deep inhales and exhales. Starting with some neck rolls. You can pause where you feel the most tension in your neck. Go the opposite direction. Back to center. Let's move on to torso rolls. So you're going to lean back, come up towards the right, and down the left. Make big wide circles. Go the opposite direction. Back to center. Pull those shoulders back once again. Deep breaths. On your next inhale, arms come up. Exhale, twist over to the right. Deep inhale, lengthen your back. Exhale, twist further. Deep inhale, arms up. Exhale, twisting towards the left. Another deep inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Back to center. Let's bring your right arm down next to your right hip. Left arm goes up and overhead. Back to center, other side. Back to center. We'll do that one more time on each side. And left side. Back to center. Let's interlace your hands behind your back. Pull your shoulders down. Deep breath in, lengthen your back. On your exhale, go ahead and forward fold and lift those arms. Back up. We'll do that one more time. Pull those shoulders back. Deep breath in. And on your exhale, go ahead and forward fold and lift. Back to center. Moving on to tabletop. Starting off with some hip circles. You'll lean back. Come up towards the right and down the left. Make big wide circles here. And go the opposite direction. Back to center. Moving on to cat and cows. Deep inhale into cow. And exhale into cat. Follow your own breath, moving from cat to cow. Back to center. Let's come up onto our knees. Reach back with your right hand to your right heel. Hips stay forward. Left arm comes up into half camel pose. Other side. We'll do that one more time on each side. And towards the left. Back to center. We're going to tuck our toes, hips go up and back into down dog. Go ahead and walk it out in down dog, bending one knee and bend the other, focusing on one leg at a time. And flatten your feet, push those hips up and back. Deep inhales and exhales. And rock your hips side to side. Back to center. Inhale, right leg comes up. Bring that foot in between your hands. Lower that back knee. Sink your hips. Arms come up. Let's go into cactus arms. You'll bend your arms. Pull those shoulders back. Elbows out towards the side. Hands come down, framing that front foot. Pull your hips back. Straighten up that right leg. Flex that foot in front of you. Deep inhale, lengthen your back. Exhale, lower. Another deep inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower one more time. And pull your hips back to the front. Left hand stays on the ground, right arm swings up. Look up towards that right hand. Keeping the twist, we're going to come straight up. Reach back with that left arm. Keep sinking those hips. And windmill your arms. Right leg goes back into down dog. Walk it out in down dog. Inhale, left leg comes up. Bring that foot in between your hands. Same thing here. You want to lower that back knee, sink your hips, arms come up. Into cactus arms. Pull those shoulders back. Good. Hands come down, framing that front foot. Pull your hips back. Straighten up that leg. Deep inhale, lengthen your back. Exhale, lower. Another deep inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower one more time. And pull your hips back to the front. Right hand stays on the ground. Left arm swings up. Look up towards that left hand. Keeping the twist, come straight up. Reach back with that right arm. Windmill your arms. Left leg goes back into down dog. Rock those hips side to side. Inhale, right leg comes up. Bring that leg across your body for pigeon. Let's flex those feet, square up your hips. Deep inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower. Keep pulling that left hip down towards the ground. And back up. Inhale, lengthen your back. Exhale, hands to right. Back to center. Another deep inhale, lengthen. Hands to the left. Back to center. Let's pull that right leg back. Do some hip circles. Back to down dog. Inhale, left leg comes up. Bring it across your body for pigeon. Flex that front foot, square up your hips. Deep inhale, lengthen your back. Exhale, lower. This time you're pulling the right hip down towards the ground. And back up. Deep inhale, lengthen your back. Exhale, walk your hands over to the left. Back to center. Another deep inhale, lengthen, and walk your hands to the right. Back to center. Let's lift your hips up. Left leg goes back, hip circles. Back to down dog. Walk your feet up to meet your hands into a forward fold. You could bend one knee and then bend the other, focusing on one leg at a time. You want to eventually straighten both legs and forward fold a little deeper. And roll up to standing. Deep inhale, arms up. Interlace your fingers at the top. Another deep inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lean over to the right. Back to center. Another deep inhale, lengthen. And towards the left. Back to center. Release. Hands come onto your hips. You're going to widen up your stance. Keeping your back straight. Your forward fold. Pull those hips back. When you're close enough to the ground, go ahead and release your hands from your hips. Bring them to the ground. Fingers point towards the back. You're going to walk your hands back as far as you can. And hold it here for a couple of breaths. Back up. Walk both hands over to your right ankle. Pull yourself down towards that right leg. And over to the other side. Back to center. Walk your arms out until your back is straight. Center your left hand. Deep breath in, and on your exhale, right arm comes up. Look up towards that right hand. Back to center. Center your right hand. Deep inhale. Exhale, left arm swings up. Look up towards that left hand. We'll do that one more time on each side. Center your left hand. Deep inhale. Exhale, right arm reaches up. Look up towards that right hand. Back down. Center your right hand. Deep inhale. Exhale, left arm comes up. And back to center. Good. We're going to bend that right knee. Walk your hands over to the right leg. Left leg stays straight. Toes point up. Hands at heart center. Deep breaths. You want to sink your hips as low as you can here. Let's flow to the other side. Same thing here. Sink those hips. One more time on the right side. And over to the left. Back to center, coming up into goddess. Pull those shoulders back, chest through. Up into star. Right leg comes up to meet the left leg in front of the mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Step back into plank. Lower to tabletop. Let's go to the side of our mats. We're going to go into our frog pose. You're going to widen up your stance here. Feet should be out towards the side. Knees and hips should be in line. You're going to sink down as low as you can, working those knees out. You can rock forwards and backwards. Walk your knees out a little further. Sink those hips. Make sure the hips are in line with your knees. And back up. Work your knees back together. We're going to walk it out in down dog. Walk your feet up to meet your hands. And lower to a seated position. Legs extended out in front of you. Hands next to your hips. You're going to push down, lengthen your back. Deep inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Remember to pull your shoulders back, leading with your chest. Deep inhale, lengthen your back. Exhale one more time, forward fold. And back up. Let's fold in your right leg, knees out towards the side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Let's switch sides. Fold in your left leg, right leg extended. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. And back up. Let's bring both feet to meet in the center, knees out towards the side. Inhale, lengthen your back. Exhale, forward fold. Back up. One more time. Deep inhale, lengthen your back. On your exhale, forward fold. And back up. Legs out in front of you, shake them out. Okay, we're gonna stack knees. So left leg goes underneath, right leg on top. Pull your feet back so that your knees are stacked, one on top of the other. Go ahead and push that top knee down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Back up. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, twisting over to the right. So left hand goes on the outside of your knee. Twisting over, looking over your right shoulder. Back to center. We'll switch sides, leg out, shake them out. I'm going to switch. Right leg underneath, left leg on top. Feet are pulled back, knees are stacked. Go ahead and push that top knee down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. And back up. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, twisting over to the left. So right hand goes on the outside of that left knee. Twist, look over your left shoulder. Back to center. Legs out in front of you, shake them out. And we're going to lower down to our backs. Bring both knees to your chest, hug them in really tight. Rock side to side. Release your left leg, bring it to the ground. Ankle circles with your right ankle. We'll go the opposite direction. When you're ready, right hand hooks that big toe. Straighten up the leg and pull it down. Keep your hips squared. Every time you inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, pull it down a little closer. Left arm goes out, keeping the left shoulder on the ground. Pull the leg down towards the right. Try to keep your left hip on the ground as well. Pull the leg back towards center. Switch hands. Grab the outside of your right foot with your left hand. Right arm goes out. Pull the leg across your body. Try to keep the right shoulder on the ground. Back to center, down the middle one more time. Let's stack ankles and knees. Grab the underside of your foot. Push the knee down as far as you can, right underneath that right arm. Release, shake your leg out on the way down. And bring that left knee to your chest, starting with ankle circles. Go the opposite direction. Poke that left toe, straighten the leg. Deep inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull it down. Right arm goes out, keeping the right shoulder on the ground. Pull that leg out towards the left. Bring it back towards center. Switch hands. Left arm goes out, keeping the left shoulder on the ground. Pull the leg across your body. Pull the leg back towards center, down the middle one more time. Stack ankles and knees, grab the underside of your foot and push the knee down. Release, shake your leg out on the way down. Let's go into happy baby pose. So bend both knees, grab the underside of your feet, push the knee out, and rock side to side. Try to flatten your lower back on the mat. And release, coming into Savasana.